Andrew Schulz violates Kendrick Lamar, like really violated him. Recently, Andrew Schulz, who's known for a lot of controversy, brought up Kendrick Lamar on his podcast, and he went bonkers on him. Now, we're going to get into this reaction. It's by Chigs. Make sure you look him up. I decided to go with him because he has a really good take on this, and let's just get right into this reaction and not waste any time.
Schulz. 2 weeks after Kendrick Lamar mentioned Andrew Schulz on his album, where he basically made a statement saying, "Don't let no white comedian talk about no black woman. That's law. I know propaganda work for them, and fuck whoever that's close to them." Now, initially, we got a response through Akademiks. Akademiks called Andrew Schulz, and Schulz basically told him, bro, is Kendrick too woke to take a joke these days? And that's exactly what it is. Yes, you can make a joke about anything. You're a comedian. You got the freedom to do it. But it does not mean you can't get any backlash from it. And I've been asking you guys this question for the last year. Where or what is off limit for comedians to make jokes about? Some comedians these days are like watching YouTube prank stars back in 2010, 2012.
I'm going to touch on that immediately, man. We're going to get on that immediately. First off, a comedian can say whatever he wants. That's what a comedian's job is. They're supposed to be funny. They're supposed to get under your skin. And if they're getting under your skin, it works. You know, if you agree, write agree. If you disagree, you know, you can write disagree. I love a comedian that pushes the limits, is not afraid to be savage. Also, I like, why do you got to be restricted to what you say? Why does somebody got to complain and get all, you know, quote unquote butthurt over it? In reality, he's just speaking, using his freedom of speech and cracking a joke. If you can't take the joke, don't watch the comedian. You know what I mean? And I like the comedian. That's why I'm surprised that he even went this far with that boy Kendrick, but
year. Where or what is off limit for comedians to make jokes about? Some comedians these days are like watching YouTube prank stars back in 2010, 2012. They can pretty much do anything they want to you, shoot you, smack you in the face, spit on you, and you're not allowed to get mad because you know what? It's a prank. They're prank stars. It's what they do. With comedians, they're allowed to make offensive jokes, racist jokes, jokes about women, jokes about people of all races, babies, and you're not allowed to take offense to it because you know what? They're comedians. That's what they do. Now, Andrew Schulz had a very interesting response back to Kendrick, which, by the way, if you guys want to check out the full response, please make sure you go listen to the newest episode of Flagrant Podcast. But Schulz tried to flip it on Kendrick. He told him, hey, bruh, if you're coming at me for dissing black women, well, why don't we take a look at your history with black women? Here's what Schulz said.
Rappers are telling comedians we need to be more respectful to women, so we gotta sit back and reflect.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
They're the most pious group.
Listen, nobody has respected women more. Through art. Than rappers, okay?
Absolutely.
So I completely understand how a rapper could look at a comedian telling a joke and be like, yo, y'all need to switch that shit up.
Yeah.
Yo, that is actually real. And let's keep it 100. Like, if a black comedian, let's say Dave Chappelle would have said that. Let's say Dave Chappelle would have said a joke about black woman. It wouldn't have never got any attention. I really think it's like race baiting, and that's pretty much what it is. I think it's real easy to dive on the whole race thing and go, because Andrew Schulz is white, he must be trying to, you know, annihilate black women or annihilate black people, but I don't think that's what it is. I mean, the man's known openly to date black women in the past, if you don't know that, and he's just funny. If you're from the East Coast and you get it, I don't think if you're from the East, you're not going to get it. Let me know where you guys are from in the comments, at least, so we can get a perspective on the other people that are here with us today.
How dare y'all keep saying your wives are annoying? You know, be more like us, and, you know, bitches ain't nothing but hoes and tricks. I beat my bitch with a stick. What?
Wow.
You can lick on the nuts or suck the dick. I beat my bitch with a stick. What?
Facts.
You just think of that? That's a real lyric.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's a real lyric from music that protects women. And for decades, protects women. And listen, right now the guy on top, Kung Fu Kenny.
He is the guy on top.
He is making sure that comedians, he put a law in.
Yeah.
He put a law in place. All right, let's see the exact line, okay? Don't let no white comedian talk about no black woman, that's law. Now, technically speaking, if we're going off of grammatic English,
Okay.
he is saying I can talk about black women. And that is
Don't let no white comedian talk about no black
So
woman.
he's basically saying all white comedians
Are only allowed to
talk about black women.
exclusively.
That's what I'm talking about, Kendrick.
We're back.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's a law.
Finally, he understands
It's a
it.
law.
Now I understand why he's doing a comedy with the South Park creators.
Oh, that makes
Because
sense.
he appreciates white comedians that make fun of black people.
There you go.
And they've done that brilliantly for decades.
Yeah, that's true.
And he would never want to, break one of his own laws.
No, that's true.
I mean, didn't they have a character called Token on the South Park show?
Yeah, they do.
Which I'm sure Kendrick is a big fan of.
That's true.
He must be.
Now, hold on. What's y'all view so far? Because he's cooking right now. He's actually making a lot of good points. And I think that people are going to get mad when you actually speaking on things and being honest. Regardless of how brutal or whatever you want to take it, he's actually being 100 and speaking on what it is. You know what I mean? I think that quote unquote black woman is still mad about the fact that he said the whole black woman effect. You could look that up on my channel. I actually did a video on that as well, and you could actually find that on anywhere online about the black woman effect with Andrew Schulz.
Big fan if he's
true.
going to do a comedy with them. I mean, we can look that up. Apparently, he has a comedy coming out.
Yep.
Yeah, that's fact.
But Al, you're getting groomed right now. We need to ungroom you.
Yeah,
We need to ungroom you right now.
Let's see.
Okay? I mean that Blizzard, because he sent people, he says slide on. What he said, slide on, where's the line? Okay. The N-words that coon, the N-words that being groomed, slide on both of them. Whoa, that seems like a call to violence.
It does.
Why would he call to, if he's about protecting black people, why would the call to violence be towards the black dudes,
That's deep.
not the white guy making the joke?
Well, you gotta understand.
What?
Well, no. You gotta understand.
'Cause I snitch. I cooperate. I tell. Okay? You go squabble up in a jail cell.
Here's what you gotta understand about Ken. It's very important to him to protect black women. That's why he's never done a song with an abuser confirmed. He's never done a song
thank
with
God.
anybody
Thank God.
that's
Thank God.
suspected of abuse.
Thank
He's
God.
never threatened to remove his music from Spotify because
God.
they removed R. Kelly's music, who for sure fucked and held captive underage black women.
Hold on.
This is all very important to Kendrick.
Wait a minute, just let me understand what's going on here. Because I think that you're using sarcasm as a comedic device.
It is a comedic device.
But you're so fucking smart right now that I don't know if you're serious or making jokes. Are you saying that Kendrick Lamar put it on wax that he is protecting black women from white comedians' jokes, but not the kidnapping, molestation, and men who have potentially put hands on black
Not
women?
potentially, confirmed.
Wait a minute, convicted?
Yeah, I don't know what you call Chris Brown, but yeah, whatever that is.
It's not breezy. Not breezy.
See, some of the people that are talking in this conversation clearly don't know nothing about the culture. Andrew Schulz did make a good point because he actually quoted a line from hip hop culture, which shows that he actually knows what he's talking about. Peter Rosenberg actually spoke on this, and I've always thought Peter Rosenberg was a big culture vulture, and he was so offended because he felt like he disrespected or whatever. But yeah, like the people in the room, some of them you could tell they really don't know nothing about the culture. So I get what Kendrick is talking about on that end, but I mean, why isn't Andrew Schulz of the culture if he speaks on things of the culture all the time, and all the time, not just sometime, all the time?
Easy. I took a picture with Chris Brown. Hey, bro, I took a picture with him immediately.
Can I tell you something?
Yes.
We ain't protecting nobody. Y'all can protect your fucking selves.
Everybody gets these jokes over here.
Facts.
Now, I'm not too mad at this response, even though Schulz was deflecting. He's a comedian, and you're not going to see Andrew Schulz get up there and apologize. I know some of you guys may not like him, but Schulz is pretty smart. He's a smart comedian. Hey, let me flip this mirror on you and let me show people what your history is with black women. Even though if you actually look into Kendrick's lyrics, Kendrick is not your typical rapper that would diss women on records. Most of his songs is about uplifting women. You got records like No Makeup, She Needs Me, and a bunch of other records out there that Kendrick is basically propping up women. But sure, Andrew, I'll give you that one. Maybe he's worked with some questionable artists in the past,
That's
sure.
a fact.
But this is where things get a little bit weird. And by little bits, I mean a lot weird, you guys.
lot weird.
As a white comedian, Andrew Schulz went there with jokes about grape, which he might end up walking back. Here's what Andrew said.
Like, first of all, Kendrick's people and the gang affiliate, everybody, his security, they will kill me. They will destroy me. They'll find me in the street. They'll fucking cut me up. They'll shoot me. They'll do whatever. I'm not a tough guy. Y'all do. But just Kendrick, I would make love to him. And there's nothing he can do about it. Just Kendrick Lamar, I would make love to him, and the only thing that he could do is decide if it's consensual or not. That's the only thing he could do. If it's me and Kendrick, if it's
I told y'all this is what he do. He's gonna violate.
me and Kendrick, no, this is about physics. It's about physics. I don't even know if I'll get hard. But if we're in a cell, there's a chance that if we're in a cell and we're bored and we done tattooing each other, whatever you do in the cell, and we ran out of board games and we did all the other things, we cleaned everything, and I'm like, man, I might as well fuck you. There's nothing he could physically do to stop that besides put his legs in the air and choose a position. Maybe I'll let him choose a
Why are you
position.
pulling this picture up, Mark? Why are you doing this?
Look at, put up that picture of him and Travis Kelce's girl. Look at that shit.
Oh my God, dude, that's unbelievable.
Yo, I'll be honest. I would go so far as to say, I don't think he could stop most people on the planet from having sex with him.
Wow.
Like, the only reason he got security is to stop people from having sex with him whenever he wants. Now, don't get me wrong, there's people who could fuck me against my will. I was in an elevator once with this drag queen, and this motherfucker was like 6'5".
Oh, yeah.
And we're in the elevator, and we're going down. I'm like, yo, if he wanted to take it, I gotta cause a ruckus or something like that. Like, I gotta have pants. I gotta do something. I know with Kendrick that he's talking a lot of shit, but if it came down to it, I could put him on my lap. I could feed him a bottle.
Wow.
I could put him on my lap. I could feed him a bottle and make love to him if I wanted to, and there's nothing he could do about it. I might not be hard. Dick might just slap soft against his butt. I could be romantic with him, and there's nothing he could do about it, to the point, like, I think I'm so charming, he would just fall into it.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like, I think he would just be so charmed. He would be like, damn, like, whap, 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 whap.
Now, first off, I don't know if anybody told Andrew, but Kendrick Lamar is not the one to play with.
Nope.
The man works out damn near every day, and I get it. He may look short, but this is not somebody you want to get into a physical altercation with. Even though Andrew has hands, I've seen Andrew boxing before. He definitely has hands. But if we're talking physical strength and you think you can overpower him in a situation like that, you might want to rethink that. But secondly, why are you trying to emasculate the man and act like he's a pussy? All he did was say, yo, you really shouldn't be making fun of black women. What happened to just keeping the jokes? Why did you have to take this very weird, dark turn with it? I personally don't find these grape jokes funny, especially when it's about a grown-ass man that has kids and a girl. You could have easily gotten your response off without trying to joke about his manhood. And some people around Kendrick, even Kendrick himself, can also look at this as a physical threat. The grape jokes are just not funny and very, very strange. You guys get in the comments below. What do you guys think about Andrew's response back to Kendrick? Do you guys think he was out of line, or was it warranted?
I think it's a race thing. I'm just going to call it what it is. Shout out to the people that made it to this part of the video. I appreciate y'all, for real. A lot of people don't make it to the end, but if you did, I appreciate you. I think it's a race thing. I think it's because he's white. Had this been a black comedian, we wouldn't even be talking about this. And it's because he's white, that's what it is. And that's what's going to scare a lot of comedians to actually crack jokes, because they're going to get scared of the backlash. And then when you got a comedy club where everybody's like walking on eggshells, it's because of people like y'all that can't take a joke. If you can't take a joke, then don't go to the comedy club or don't watch the comedian. You got to realize comedians have evolved, guys. It's not like it used to be. You know what I mean? They've evolved. They got podcasts. They got outlets and places to talk, and they're not supposed to just go, okay, well, I'm a comedian, but I'm going to be restricted on this. No, they're going to say whatever they got to say to get up under your skin, and then when they get up under your skin, they've accomplished what they wanted to do. Kendrick shouldn't have played chess that way. Once you brought him up, you made him bigger than what it is. Now, I will tell you this. Andrew Schulz did not even know that he said this comment. You can tell. He didn't even know that he said it. But you, Kendrick, done brought it up. But guess what? Kendrick is on the best year of his career right now. You brought him up, so you got to deal with the ramifications. Now, what he said, all this, grape stuff he's talking, I don't think that it's that extreme. I think that he's really just trying to make light of it, and he's doing what a comedian do. Had he been a civilian, okay, it's different, but he's a comedian. What are you going to get mad at him every time that he crack a joke? And I don't think he's trying to attack the whole black culture. I just think that sometimes people just can't take a joke, and if you can't, just don't go to comedy clubs. Now, I would love to know y'all views. Really would love to know y'all views, and I would definitely love a real opinion, not no sugar-coated, watered-down opinion. Subscribe, hit the top bell if you enjoyed yourself, man. I want 100,000 subs, and I'll see you on the next one.